dog, one child, one youth, one dog, you think big, you. Together we can do this in our continent, you. Think big, you. I say one dog, one child, one youth, one dog, you. Think big, you. Together we can do this in our continent, you. Think big, you.
Today is June 4th, 2023. It is 7:45 a.m. on the continent of Africa. This is Chief Abundance. You are welcome to the greatest period of information, technology, natural, human resources. You are welcome to the greatest transformation of wealth. You are welcome to the greatest challenge where man's existence is concerned. You are welcome to the greatest period where criminals are roaming at a level that is unimaginable. This is the greatest period that we're in. Artificial intelligence, robotics, blockchain, automation, the Internet of Things, cryptocurrency. We're talking about the fourth industrial revolution. And I want the Tiashans in the house to take time to understand. I took note of information within the forum coming out of our training. Thanks again to our director of trainer and those of you who have contributed, Mr. Aki, Redemption, Mr. Francis over there, Mr. N4, and all of you that had contributed to the training of yesterday. TAC is not a get-rich-quick scheme, and it should not be presented as one. You know, when we started out in 2019, we had Bitcoin as a reference. And a lot of persons presented TAC in a way that was very misleading, especially in Liberia and Sierra Leone, I must say. The way how some of the persons were promoting TAC in those two countries were very misleading, to say the least. Or they did not have an understanding of what we're doing. And so, all the operation in TAC, all the countries that we have entered in, we never had any challenge such as those two last countries that came on, Liberia and Sierra Leone. And so this morning, I want to appreciate again the trainers of yesterday. I've also heard person in the forum saying that, persons are looking at them, they're laughing because of the price of TAC. You know, they were laughing at those who had Bitcoin as well. But who now have the last laugh? They're laughing at El Salvador president that made Bitcoin a legal tender. You know, they were even laughing at Bitcoin itself, the elite system, the media, labeling this technology because they had no control. It was not engineered by them, because once it is not engineered and controlled by the elites, it's no good for you. But I want you to understand very clearly, has the system that the elites put in place for you, has it worked? No, has it worked? You know, you have obeyed the rules. Go to school. Get a good education. Come work for me, says the government. Some of you today have not taken pay for 3 to 6 months from the same government, from the same system. You have not taken pay. Some of you will not even get your pension this month, and you have not received it last month. Some of you have left the job over a year, 2 years, 3 years, and you're still to get your pension. After putting in your entire life into the system, it is more than enough for some of you to commit suicide. Heaven forbid. But that is a system that they have created for us. A system of control. Except you're a thief or a rogue or corruptee, you will never achieve anything of any significance based on your qualification and experience. And as I said, working hard, a lot of you know, it is not for the lack of working hard why our parents and grandparents die living from hand to mouth and scarce to want. Our grandparents and great-grandparents, they were the most honest, hard-working people that you could ever know. A lot of you in this forum know what I'm talking about, because even abundance, some mornings, age 8 and 9, I have to get up out of my bed 3 o'clock. When my great uncle, he was a fisherman and a farmer and a herdsman. Is one thing with those folks. They were very multi-talented, multifaceted, but you had to do it. And so 2 or 3 times a week, he got up to go to fishing 3 a.m. I'm the one. I have to get up. Go outside there. Walk the streets. Walk between the bushes. Go to the beach. Come back by myself at 3 a.m. in the morning. At 8 and 9 years old. You got to get up in the morning. Go to the farm. 3 o'clock. And you're spending an hour on the road. And when you reach, you still have to sit down before you can do anything, because it is still dark. That's how early. So it's not for working hard that a lot of them die poor, but it is a system that is in place. And that is why they hate cryptocurrency and especially blockchain technology, because that has allowed for the immersion of cryptocurrency. They do not like cryptocurrency, and that is why they were able to get religious leader and political leader, one to criminalize it, one to demonize it, because they know that we are either political or religious, or we're both. They no escape for us. And so they use the two systems. All the elite knows what they are doing, Tiashans. They know what they're doing. It is the systems is not for our good. But unfortunately, how do abundance detoxify 1.4 billion people? How do I detoxify? How do I now create and bring new information so that you can act differently, because the information that you're now programmed with is the result that you're now getting. The information that we have programmed with is the result we are getting socially, economically, in our community, spiritually, in our community, in our countries. It is what we have allowed to intoxicate us from the elite system. They control our food. They control our education. They control our medication, our pharmaceutical. They control information. And so we are programmed like robots, but we think that we have independent minds and thought to make decisions. But it's a lie. It's a lie. You are subject to the anticipation of society. Some of us live for society, what society will say, and we die, and we will live and die undiscovered because of society expectation. Society expect you to do this. Society expect you to do this. Society expect you to do that. And so we follow the lane of society, and we achieve nothing because of society expectation. I have defied societal expectation as long as I know myself. I am defiant because I know it's not the way to go. It's not. And so some of you are now being laughed at because, number one, the way you presented tax. Some of you celebrate too early. Some of you, as you get into information, you get access to certain opportunity, you begin to celebrate. And yes, you may have excitement, but excitement without information deflates. And so, how did you introduce those people to TAC? What did you tell them? Do you understand the mission, the vision of TAC? Did you take time to know how long Bitcoin took before it was even recognized? Do you know the value it went on the market? Have you followed the trend? Have you listened to all the mistakes at persons that are even in the forum intact made with Bitcoin that they're regretting today, that they did not pay attention? This is not an instant gratification project, because that is what we know. Instant gratification. Somebody say, come over here. They have a program, smart contract. Because a lot of what you're entering into, or you have entered into or introduced to, is smart contracts. They're running something. You give them $50. You get out $500. You give them $500. They promise you $10,000. And one or two persons go around the circle and get out a few. And then everything crashes. And then they blame the entire crypto space. Some companies don't have no coins, but they're promoting, they're selling like one coin. You know, TAC is a global community, and we appreciate the leaders that are expanding the base. We also, let me also address the highlight that Mr. Francis said. One person made a comment in the Telegram group: the quicker we know the location of expansion, the quicker we will know our mistake. Now, that phrase, that that statement is a very heavy statement that cannot be addressed on the surface. I know exactly what that person is saying. And above the surface, it looks ignorant, but below the surface is carrying magnitude of weight. Because he's so correct. It carries magnitude of weight. Our biggest enemy is the US. And they will use any and everything in the name of protecting their citizens. Because that's what they've always done. That's what they've always done. To take out a lot of good people in the name of protecting their citizens. A lot of businesses went down. A lot of people are in prison today for that artificial application of protecting their citizen. Isn't that what they went into Iraq to do? Say that Saddam Hussein threatened the United States security, weapon of mass production. Did they find any? That's what America does. And so sometimes we just have to read and analyze and even go to the person and ask questions when they make certain statement. You know, I weigh every statement in that forum, in those forums. I know when they're trivial. I know that when people are trying to get attention. And I also know the conspiracy statement. I also know the false statement. I also know the imposters in the group, because I follow and I name those persons. I name them. So when they comment here, when they comment there, I follow their comment. I pay attention to details. And so I'm saying to the global community of Tiashan, please protect your password, protect your attack. The scammers are real. This is Chief Abundance. We continue to